What's up, fellow foodies? Today I've got something pretty crazy for you. Chili. I do lots of soups and sauces and stuff because that's kind of my gig. But I do stews and chilies and things like that. Unfortunately, I lost some footage. My camera decided to be a butthole today, and yeah, when I went to check the footage, it was gone. I got about 40 seconds. What I've done here is I've taken some choice top sirloin, cut it up into tiny little nuggets, and then I've seasoned it. Salt and pepper, those are our buddies. Onion powder, garlic powder, not too much because I'm using fresh onions and fresh garlic in this dish, so we don't want too much of that. Cumin, or cumin, however you want to call it. And then smoked paprika. And I just kind of swished it around in a bowl with a little bit of flour. Like, I've got my big old ugly flour jar here. Yeah, I floured this. I'm like, well, why the hell would you flour that? Well, a couple reasons. One, when I sear this off, it's going to get a really good sear. Two, I build up a nice fond, which is going to be great. And three, this is going to be like a dry marinade. I'm essentially going to cover this and stick it in the fridge for about an hour to 2 hours. Most likely 2 hours. These spices are going to just come right into that meat. It's going to be amazing. I also have a pound and a half of ground beef. I'm going to go ahead and brown that ground beef, take it out, and then cook this awesome top sirloin in that same fat. We want the fat, okay? Trust me, fat is flavor. I know you've heard that before. It's true. And it's actually not as bad as they make it seem. Trust me. After that, I've got, like, Rotel, of course, but I found a new one, chili fixins. It's made for chili. Well, I'm going to try that. I've got, just your basic crushed and diced tomato, plain pinto beans, ranch-style beans, we love these, and red chili beans. A lot of beans. But we also have a lot of meat. And then I've got some red, yellow, green bell peppers that are going to be going into this. The onion, the garlic. I have some tomato sauce if I need to use that. It's just a very basic plain. It also comes out of a can, but that's okay. You can make kick-ass stuff using canned stuff. It's fine. You don't have to grow your own tomatoes and all that stuff to make a good chili. Trust me. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to throw it in the fridge. I'm going to go jam some guitar. And when this is done, I'll be back to show you how to actually finish this and put it together. After that, you stick it in a stock pot and you leave it for a couple hours. You don't want to just heat this to where it's warm, even though all this stuff will pretty much be cooked. No. It takes time to, marry the flavors, all that stuff they say. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, we're all kick-ass here, right? So, yeah, it's chili time. See you in a minute. All right, so our meat has rested. Oh, it smells absolutely delicious. While this was doing its thing and I was jamming some guitar, I had some red, yellow, green bell peppers and one very, very large onion cut up ready in this bowl. And I decided to bust out the secret weapon. Didn't tell you about this before. Smoked jalapeno andouille sausage. Sausage in a chili? Oh yes. I've got my ground beef going over here on the stove, and I've got some butter that is extremely hot. This is going to make a lot of noise when I put these vegetables in, but that's okay, that's what we want. Stupid hot butter. You want to bring it almost to the point where it's a brown butter. Trust me. Flavor. At this point, be very, very careful. Hold this stuff away from yourself because, yeah, you don't want to catch your hair on fire. Just dump it in. All of it. Don't let any of it get away. Not on my watch. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. While my ground beef, it's about a pound and a half of 80/20, while that is browning, I'm going to saute these vegetables down a little bit. Not completely where you would eat them, as a side for another dish. Almost there, because they're going to finish in the chili, which we're going to cook for quite some time. I'm going to brown this ground beef. I'm going to scoop it out, and then I'm going to take this beautiful, beautiful steak and this amazing sausage. I'm going to throw them in the same skillet with the ground beef. Use that fat to cook it up. I do believe I already mentioned that. Because we don't want to fully cook it. We want to get it almost there, because this is going to go for a couple hours. So this is going to be fall apart tender. And this sausage is already cooked. You can totally just eat it. Just make sure not to get hair in your mouth. At that point, it's just heat and eat. With all the beans and everything else that we're pouring in this, it's pretty much heat and eat. Why am I going to continue to do it for a couple hours? Everything's already cooked. Marriage of flavors. And that's what we want. If you just get it hot and eat it, you get this weird amalgamation of flavors. Nothing actually combines. So, if you're making chili, take your time. Trust me, it's worth it. So, I'm going to stir some of this stuff around. Sorry I don't have my second shot today, but I'm on my own. Chef Lynn is busy today, and she usually mans the other camera, so it is what it is. But one thing I am going to do to these vegetables, I'm going to add some garlic at the last moment, just to give it that extra pop of flavor. And we do love our garlic around here. After that, pretty much dump it into that stock pot and turn it on. I may have to add a little bit of bouillon. So I'm just going to use those little bouillon cubes you get. Make a couple cups of that. Maybe 4 cups. If we need it. If we don't, we don't. If we do, we do. But I don't know. We just have to see what happens. So I'm going to brown this beef. I'm going to brown this up in that beef juice. I see a lot of people call it juice. It's actually fat. But, which, I mean, you know how to do that, right? You just kind of throw it in there and stir it around, but keep your eye on it. Do not overcook it. You just want to get a tiny bit of color. Pull it out. Well, I'll show you. After that, dump it into the pot. Stir it around a little bit. Turn it on. Let it go. You got some kick-ass chili, I'm telling you. It's not just like that, like, oh, we got meat and beans in a pot. Oh, no, this is much better. Trust me. And in the meantime, go shred some guitar and stay foodie. Okay, folks, here's the fun part. The ground beef is done. I ran out of my nice stainless steel, so I had to use the plastic bowl, I know. Ugh. But ground beef is done. Now, my vegetables are done. They're nicely sauteed. 3 different types of peppers. A huge onion. Oh man, we got that garlic in there. You know how to saute vegetables, right? I mean, a little bit of butter, you just throw it in there and let it go for 10 minutes, you're fine. I've got my sausage and this dry marinated floured top sirloin. Now you're talking, oh, you're talking, man. You're speaking my language on that. So, what's next? Dump it in. Literally. I know I don't have the second camera, so you're not really going to be able to see it too well. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a metric ton, well, a pound and a half of beef. And we got the sausage. Add it in all at once. All we want to do is brown this, not cook it. It's going to cook in the actual stock pot with the rest of the chili, all the beans, all the stuff that we're using. So essentially at this point, you just kind of dump it in there, stir it around for 3 minutes, maybe, just enough to get it browned. That's all you need. There is another secret ingredient to this because we want to capture all the flavor that we possibly can. And this is going to kind of build up a fond on the skillet, pan, pot, whatever you want to call it, right? That's a skillet. How do we get that flavor out? without making it taste funny by using like vinegar or something. A lot of people use like vinegars and weird things in their chilies. I don't use vinegars in my chilies. I do have a secret ingredient though. Check this out. Sherry. You just need a splash of sherry. That's it. The alcohol cooks out, so for you non-drinkers out there, you don't worry about the alcohol. It cooks out. It's the flavor that you're after, and you deglaze the pan. So, win-win. And you can get it pretty cheap, although don't use something you wouldn't drink. And if you don't drink, it'll be a little bit harder for you to pick out something good. So ask someone who does, and they'll tell you. So, essentially, that's it. We're just mixing this around. Just getting it brown. Give it a little flip here and there. That's it. After this comes the fun part. I know. Making chili is just extremely amazing. Just keep flipping it around until it's all nice and brown. And after that, you pretty much dump it into a pot and turn it on, and then you can walk away and jam some more guitar. So, cool. Oh, I've got a really nice big baguette too. A lot of people do cornbread with their chili. I'm not a big fan of cornbread, so I just get a baguette and I just, slice it down, butter it. Have that with my chili. Good enough for me. Should be good enough for you too. If it's not, you prefer cornbread, let me know. And I have a question for you. If you can make cornbread that isn't dry and crumbly, please let me know in the comments below how you do that. Shoot me a like, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you know next time I have another question that you can answer, because I actually do need your help, because I've made cornbread a couple times and it sucks. So if you've got a better method, please let me know. I would love that. See even Abby the Pitbull, she agrees. She's like, hey, your cornbread sucks. So we need someone to tell us how to make it. So if that person is you, let me know. I'm just going to brown this up, and then I'll dump it in a pot for you and show you how this gets done and how we make it kick ass. See you soon. Okay, folks. Now for the fun part. Deglazing this pan to get the rest of that yumminess out. It's really, really simple, actually. We're going to use some butter. I'm using about a quarter cup. Just dump that sucker in there. You're good to go. And a little bit of sherry. For that, I'm using about 1/8 of a cup. Not very much, because we're not trying to get drunk. I wouldn't be drinking this if I was. It's good quality, but I don't drink sherry. I like beers and guitar, Well, I'm sure you could tell by now. So, a little bit of sherry, a little bit of butter, just kind of stir it around. That's it. This is going to take seconds. Now, you could do that whole flame thing where it catches on fire, but, I'm not trying to catch my hair on fire, so I don't do that, and it really doesn't do much anyways. The alcohol evaporates out as it is. You don't need to add any flour or anything to this. We're not making a roux. We're not making a gravy, anything like that. We're literally just melting the butter and the sherry. That's it. Done. Seems like an odd thing to do for chili, but what we're trying to do is get all of this flavor exactly where we want it. That's what we've done. So, what are our next steps? Easy. Just dump it right in there. Yeah, doesn't seem like it's a lot, but that's okay. Concentrated flavor. Oh yeah. Trust, that's going to taste amazing. And then I've already got my vegetables done. As well, I don't know how well you can see this because I'm by myself today, so I can't man everything at the same time. Vegetables, they're done. Dump them in. This is where it gets fun. And easy. You just start throwing things in a pot. I mean, that's it. My sausage is done. Nice and brown. My ground beef is browned. Oh man, that steak. I would eat it just like it is, actually. But I can't because this goes in the chili, but this is a heavy bowl, I'm telling you. Dump it in. Don't strain any juices or fats or oils. Nope. You don't want to do that. This is not going to come out all like weird and like oily at the top. Trust. It's not. It's going to be really, really good. Now, what's left to do? Oh! We're missing a few things, aren't we? My pinto beans. My ranch style beans. Now, some of these come with like liquid in them. That's how they preserve them. Do not strain these at all. You want all that liquid. It's going to save you from having to make bouillon and this and that. So don't. Just already take them. Cheers. Dump them in. Just like that. The ranch style beans, you might be really surprised like how much flavor they add, which is why I'm not adding any salt or pepper or anything else to this. The only thing I added to that ground beef was salt and pepper. No garlic, no onion, or anything, because I've cut it in everything else. Chili beans. Red chili beans. I paid like 58 cents for these. Dump it in. Crushed tomatoes. Dump it in. Good to go. And then last but definitely not least, you know I love it, Rotel. Amazing. Dump it in. Now, we are pretty much done. And I know I've made a big old mess, but that's okay. Sometimes that's what happens here. Stir it. You stir it well too. Like you want to make sure every bit of everything is coated with every possible flavor that you have. Boom. This is the critical part. Check your pot for your water level. If you've got enough moisture in there. Now, I don't know how well you can see that, but see, that looks like a thick, hearty chili. And it is, I guarantee you. Problem. When I cook this, it's going to dry up. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. Who wants a dry chili? I mean, chili cheese dog? Cool. Chili cheeseburger? Cool. Bowl of chili? Cool. Blackened, flattened, chili burned pancake thing? Not so cool, man. No, not at all. So, grab a measuring cup, add some water. Yeah, I know. This is the boring part. For a chili of this size, I'm going to add 6 cups. Because I've got, just without the liquid that I'm adding, I've got about 5 pounds of chili total. I actually got my measurements a little bit off earlier. I actually put in a lot more meat than I thought. But that's okay. Better to have too much than not enough, right? So, 6 cups. Cool. Give it a stir. And, well, we're about to have some kick-ass chili. I gotta clean up a little bit because, oh boy, did I make a mess. When Lynn gets home, she's gonna be mad. Like, what did you do? Like, well, I made a mess, but it's worth it because you're gonna love this chili. At this point, turn on the heat, if I can do it. Put a lid on it, and, wait a little while. Check it for salt, pepper. It may need a little bit of cumin. You can add some like red pepper flake. You can add pretty much anything you want. I have pepperoncinis I was thinking about adding to it, which I might do. If I do, I'll let you know. Yeah, at this point, we're just gonna let this go while I clean up and then go jam some guitar. How do you make your chili? Everybody does it differently. So, like, let me know. I was thinking about, doing the whole soak the different kinds of beans overnight kind of thing and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. I want to make something quick and kick ass. So, I put this together today, obviously. Well, hi. We'll see. If it does need any more, like, beefiness, I'm just going to throw a couple of these bouillon cubes in there. I'm going to monitor it for its water level so it doesn't turn into, like, a hockey puck of chili, because then it ruins all that delicious meat that I have in there. Vegetables are cool. I mean, I like rabbit food, but I prefer, meat. So, yeah, I'm just rambling on, and this video is getting a little bit too long. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'll see you in a minute with some awesome chili. Oh, wait till you see what I put on top of this, because I've got some stuff coming for that, too. So, yeah. Chili on! Okay, folks. It's been a couple hours. The chili is done. It's time to eat. So let's see what we got here. I am not going to try to tilt this towards the camera so you can see it because, well, I got a couple gallons of chili here and I don't want to spill it on the floor. Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have turned off the camera earlier because I had a little bit of a blooper and I slipped and fell on the floor. And it actually would have been extremely hilarious. I know I was laughing. But here we go. Chili is done. After you do everything that we talked about earlier, and you just let it cook and reduce, you've got some really bomb chili here. I just took a single piece of a baguette that I bought. I got a big giant one. We're going to do some sandwiches and stuff with that as well. And I'm just going to ladle it into a bowl. I mean, this how else are you going to eat it? You could eat it right out of the stock pot, the tureen, whatever you want to call it. You could totally do that. And, well, you're not going to have a bad time, I guarantee you that. Yeah, awesome chili. Look, I made a little bit of a mess. Well, we can't have that, I'm going to serve that. Sure, really? Did I really say that? Yeah, I guess I did. This is going for Cheflin. This is her bowl, so I'm going to clean it up a little bit, and I don't know how well you can see this. It's been a rough day, so sorry if my video sucks today, but hey, this is Kick-Ass Eats, not like Mr. Perfect video guy, So, I'm going to take some soup, put that in there. Oh, wait, this isn't a soup. This is a chili, and this is some kick-ass fucking chili, I'm telling you. I got some sharp cheddar, and I'm just throwing that right on top. Quite a bit, too, actually, because we like a lot of cheese. And, French fried onions. Just shake some on top. Just shimmy, shimmy, shake. You don't need too many, because there's a lot of onions in the soup already. And, well, we're done. I don't have to put this on the boiler or anything like that. This cheese is going to melt as it's mixed in. And then we've got this nice buttery baguette. Well, that's it. You've seen everything we've done. And yeah, I'm a little tired. I'm like, oh man, I've been cooking this for hours. All the prep and stuff took a long time. But it is actually very quick and simple unless you're like trying to film a garbage YouTube channel like I am. It's not garbage. You should like and subscribe and ring that bell because I do make some awesome food. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. This chili is unlike any chili you have ever eaten in your life. I guarantee you. Well, unless you have had chili that is kind of like this. And if you have, let me know in the comments below. Little slice of bread. Sometimes you can do like, saltine crackers with some butter. Some people will do like garlic bread, all kinds of crazy things. But this chili is so rich. It is so hearty. And with the addition of the cheese and the additional crunchy onions on top, you really don't need anything. So, make this. I implore you. You're going to like it. I know I'm going to. I got to make my bowl. And then we're going to sit down and we're going to eat. And I'm going to get some sleep because I have to edit this video tomorrow and get it up. So, yeah. Remember one thing. Stay foodie.